And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. And a good Thursday evening to you. 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, in the sidelines as well. Now, Golden State's starting five. Backcourt pair will be Curry and Podziemski. The forward spots will be Butler and Green. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Robinson kicks to Cunningham. Harris a screen on Curry. 5 to shoot. Cunningham passes to Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
And one of the big reasons Cunningham went first overall in the draft, his playmaking at 6'6" is really valuable.
Tim, what a ride it's been for sharpshooter Duncan Robinson.
Well, there is no doubt about it, Kevin. He's the only player ever to take part in both a men's Division III and Division I championship game. Then, after going undrafted, he goes on to start in the NBA Finals. He has really come a long way.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
I briefly spoke with JB Bickerstaff. I asked him about what could tip the balance in their favor tonight, and he said, quote, when Kristaps Porzingis is operating at a high level, it opens up their entire offense. The key for us is to keep Porzingis from having a major impact. If we can do that, it'll be our game to win. Kevin?
Allie, thank you so much. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Cunningham is not shy about mixing it up down low. He's got a great feel around the rim.
Butler finds Porzingis. Golden State moving it around. Butler passes to Curry. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Shot's good by Green.
Well, if Green is taking quick shots like that, it speaks to how confident he is.
Curry against Cunningham. Harris a screen on Curry. Cunningham drives in.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
Here's Curry. Pass to Podziemski. Green, the screen. Lets the three fly. And the Warriors, another three.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Harris a screen on Curry. To the middle. And slam dunk by Harris.
And I like Harris mixing that into his game. That time he screened the defender, and then he found himself open for a shot.
Pass to Podziemski. And the wide open shot from Green. Offline with his three.
Well, you can't make them all, but I doubt the defense wants to give him that kind of look again.
And you look at the addition of Jimmy Butler. G.A., why has he been such a fit for the Warriors?
He really is an unselfish, high IQ superstar, and that's what the Warriors are all about. And his isolation, interior scoring has given them another look offensively.
Cunningham against Curry. Robinson for three. Green with the rebound. And so Green will bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Shot by Podziemski, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Cunningham outside. Robinson for three. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham.
And really with a pass-first mentality, Cunningham, the type of player that you like to play with.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. A different look here for Detroit. Stewart comes in for Asar Thompson. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Robinson. Then for the Warriors, Horford comes in for Porzingis. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Brandon Podziemski.
Yeah, just a breakdown defensively there allows him to wind up with an easy dunk straight off the inbound.
Harris a screen on Curry. Pass to Harris. It's stolen by Curry. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody down. Launches it. Curry can't get it to go. For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And he gets the bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The Warriors trailing. Outside Butler. Green inside the three-point line. Rebound, Detroit. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in the Bay Area.
And the last time they were able to come away with that win because of their depth. Great production from the reserve.
And a credit to their front office. They wanted a more complete team, and that's exactly what we saw in that one.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock.
No chance to shut that one down. Horford's reach made that play unstoppable.
Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Duran with a screen on Curry. Cunningham passes to Duran. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on Horford. The Pistons shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And what I like about Jalen Duran is not only is he tough, he's also smart and he has a great feel for the game. He will be an anchor in the middle for a long time to come.
Next to Porzingis. With 1 on the clock. The shot, no good. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. The Pistons on top. They lead by 3. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
And, guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Horford is out there with Moody. Then it's DeAnthony Melton. And there's Porzingis, and it's Spencer in at the point guard.
Yeah, textbook positioning there for Porzingis. Once he's established it, he's going to have the advantage and able to finish that one above the rim.
There's the pick. Inside, here's LeVert, and he uses the glass on the layup. LeVert's got his first 2 points. Well, no doubt, these players, GA, are eager to get this season going.
Listen, there's definitely some nerves, but it's mainly excitement. This is their first chance to showcase all the hard work they put in during the offseason.
Outside, Horford. 4 on the shot clock. Another shot. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Detroit leading by 3. LeVert is screen on Melton. Here he goes. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Herter. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Right now, as a coach, you're looking out on the floor and you're wondering, do I have the right 5 on the court together?
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Asar Thompson, he's checked in for Karis LeVert. Robinson comes in for Kevin Herter. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Jenkins.
A remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran who still has those polished post moves.
There's a screen. Cunningham passes to Hop, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And after years of disappointment, the Pistons, Tim, finally seem to have put it together.
And I think the key for them has been blending in the right amount of veteran leadership with their emerging young players. And I'll tell you what, this team still has a lot more upside.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Tim, some forget, prior to the success of Stephen Curry, the Warriors were not considered a top-tier franchise.
Well, before he arrived in 2009, this was one of the lowest all-time winning percentages. But they have built a dynasty, and they are now considered one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports. And that's a rare trait for a wing. Over the course of his career, most of Butler's points have come in the paint.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Robinson finds Cunningham. Driving the lane, and Cunningham with the slam.
Well, his decision-making has improved each season. Cunningham now looking like a seasoned vet running that pick and roll.
Spencer, the pass to Butler. Porzingis with a screen on Thompson. Three-pointer, Horford, and the three ball is good. Horford's got 5 points in the quarter. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
A different look here for Detroit. Duren, he's checked in for Stewart, and Harris subbed in for Holland. Cunningham against Curry. And Cunningham with the slam.
Playing above the rim. That's an aggressive move by Cunningham.
Warriors have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Curry dishes to Butler. Oh, no, stopping Butler that time.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Yeah, it's been a close matchup, which we expected, and this could very well come down to some big shots at the end.
And slam dunk by Harris.
Well, if Tobias Harris sees a lane to the rim, he is going to exploit it.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Bajemski, the bounce pass. Here's Horford. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
It's stolen by Curry. .104 left now here in the second. Moody's shot is off.
You have to defend the three-point line. They got lucky he missed that one.
Cunningham drives in. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting very healthy, 6 for 9.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Outside Curry. Just 2 to shoot. That one doesn't drop. Cunningham with some nice D. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. 3-point lead. Next step for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Harris a screen on Curry. And slam dunk by Harris.
Well, for what he lacks in height, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pistons lead by 5. Well, we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside to Allie LaFleur. All right, Allie, thanks for that. We'll be right back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see you in just a moment.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games. Veering off topic a bit, I wanted to ask you guys, who would you say is the best trash talker of all time?
Man, there's been a lot of them.
And weaving back to the first half of our game, Cade Cunningham showing out.
His performance in the first half, Diesel approved. Plays physical, Diesel approved. Doing most of his damage right at the rim, of course, Diesel approved.
Diesel approved defense. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan.
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Cade Cunningham in this game, he's been everywhere.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Nothing in this league more difficult to defend than a well-timed weak side cut.
Harris steps in at the 4 with Duren at the center spot. Duncan Robinson out there with Cunningham. And it's Thompson in at the 3, the small forward. And that's the group for Jamie Bickerstaff as we begin the second half.
And the advantage they have starting to increase. Things are coming together for them at a really opportune time.
And they need to stay aggressive on defense so they can protect that lead with everything they've got.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Robinson kicks to Cunningham. Robinson a screen on Curry. Cunningham passes to Robinson. And it's Robinson with the jam.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
And one thing about this league we know, momentum can change in an instant.
And this young Pistons team, GA, you and I love them, building around toughness.
Yeah, offensively, attacking the paint, defensively, where they are engaged. And they're singing to the foul line quite a bit, but it's a product of that hard-nosed style.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
And last season, he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
When you think about elite offensive players, Tim, what's one area that can really put them over the top and into a completely different category?
I think it's those guys that have a willingness to move without the basketball. If you have a willingness to run and cut and respace, it's going to create a lot of problems for a defense.
Has that even become more of a thing now as you watch these high-octane space and pace type offenses?
There is no question it's become something that's a priority for teams now, and I also think the ingenuity of these young coaches creates a better flow offensively if you're willing to run without the basketball.
That's terrific. Duren with a screen on Curry. Cunningham. Shot's good by Duren. Duren's got 5 minutes.
Well, that right there is Duren's workshop. When he's that close to the bucket, he is awfully difficult to handle.
Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up. Here's Cunningham. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Murray finds Butler. Porzingis with a screen on Thompson. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Coming off the screen, Butler draws attention to himself and then makes a great pass.
Cunningham against Curry. Duren a screen. Here's Cunningham. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And so Steve Kerr tries to call a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. The Pistons making a change here. Jenkins checked in. DeAnthony Melton, he's checked in for the Warriors. On the wing, Green. Outside Butler. And no good. Good D by Thompson. Pistons leading by 7. Well, this league has some of the world's best athletes. But Asar Thompson, like his brother Amen, Tim, they're on another level.
Yeah, this guy has a top-tier burst and relentlessness to make things happen. He's already a stopper at the defensive end.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, Stephen Curry is nearing the finish line. He said every year there's some new style, new energy coming through that challenges you. And seeing these young dudes come up and understanding how much talent there is, this is not going to be around forever. So enjoy every moment of it. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Allie. Harris a screen. Curry against Robinson. Down low. Here's Harris and dunk by Harris.
A stretch 4 with impressive mobility. I like when Harris cuts like that after setting the screen.
Butler in the corner. Golden State moving the ball around. And here's Green outside. And again, no good by Golden State.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Melton against Robinson. Harris setting the pick for Robinson. No good that time.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
From deep, Green. That doesn't go either for Green.
Well, unfortunately, his poor shooting is not helping their case here.
And here is Jenkins. Nothing on the board. Banked in off the glass. Jenkins got the lead up to 14 now for the Pistons.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Butler. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Jenkins with it. Duran with the screen on Melton. And stolen by Butler. That one, no good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Pistons ahead. They lead by 14. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. We've got Brandon Bajemski. Jimmy Butler is out there with Moses Moody. Then there's Horford. And it's Spencer in at the one. To the paint. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Just a fantastic decision maker. Cunningham giving it up in that two-man set.
Right side, Butler shoots over Holland. And the shot falls short this time. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Stewart a screen. Cunningham passes to Stewart. Good work defensively by Horford. The Warriors shooting 40% from the field. Here's Butler. Butler can't get that one to fall.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Well, my feeling is you just want to make sure it's called consistently both ways.
Tobias Harris is checked in for Holland. Warriors trail by 16. Pass to Moody. Now here's Horford. Here's Spencer. Back to Horford. 6 to shoot. And finished off by Horford.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
It looked like a let-up from the team in the lead.
Cunningham passes to Harris. No good. That's the first shot from the floor he's missed. 5 for 6. Here's Bajemski. He's defended by Herter. Looking to end his cold spell. Yep, it goes. And the Piston lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Butler. The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. They set the pick. Cunningham passes to LeVert. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I mean, when you're fighting back, you cannot give up plays like that.
Pass to Bajemski. And here is Horford. Guarded by Stewart. Horford against Stewart. Here's Spencer. From the arc. It's hauled in by Harris.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Cunningham looking it over. He gets it to go.
Yeah, I love the physicality that Cunningham showed right there.
Warriors trail by 16, and we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. And one of our featured players tonight earns our player of the game, Cade Cunningham.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets.
Yeah, this team really relies on Harris defensively as well, using his length to alter shots.
Here's Durant. Oh, what a play inside.
That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Now Butler.
Remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Hey, Tim, what are some of the keys to sticking around for role players fighting to remain at the NBA level?
Well, if you are a role player in this league, you need to understand, you need to work at everything, but be exceptional at something. And I think that's the key. Growing up, all of these guys were stars. Now you've got to fit in and understand on a given night what your role is.
And your thing, your sensational aspect was your three-point shooting.
You've got to do it better than anybody else, Kevin. It's got to be at an elite level because there are guys out there waiting to take your job.
And you were elite. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Spencer, the pass to Horford. Here's Santos. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Pistons leading by 19.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Detroit.
Their inside game was what secured them to win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Cade Cunningham.
Well, he did a great job involving everyone in the offense, setting guys up for scores, and the assist total shows it.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Stewart's checked in for Jalen Duren. Holland comes in for Tobias Harris. Karis LeVert's checked in for Asar Thompson. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Duncan Robinson. Jenkins is checked in for Detroit. The Warriors also with a sub. Porzingis is checked in. 34 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Jenkins. Huerter with a screen on Curry. Here's Jenkins. Count that one. And the Pistons lead by 21.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, any thought of losing this game has been put to bed.
Outside Curry. Over in the corner, Green. Off target with his 3. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Tobias, congratulations on the win. Do you sense this team is building good chemistry?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is us continuing to find our identity. And what we are learning is we're a great team once we get stops. And once we're able to run, get out of transition, we just continue to find each other's similarities and our personalities as we play together.
Guys, as the year goes on, they continue to get closer.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Cade Cunningham.